What's up, guys? Today's going to be a very educational video about how to break bad habits. Now, my goal with this video is to teach you the things that will teach you how to break bad habits, not for 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. No, forever. I've learned how to break bad habits forever. This is coming from a guy who I was smoking a lot of weed. I was drinking a lot, partying a lot. I was lusting after chicks. I was doing everything, honestly, being a degenerate. I was going to the clubs and I hated myself. Why? Because I was always the type of guy who had big goals and big dreams. And, I lost my parents when I was a teenager, and I always had this desire to inspire people, to help people all around the world. But then I was doing all these actions that weren't aligning with who I wanted to become. Like I said, I was drinking, smoking, partying, going to clubs, hanging around the wrong people. And then I started to go down this really bad spiral. I gained a lot of weight. I felt stupid. Like I lost brain cells because I smoked so much weed. I couldn't think anymore. It was that bad. There are videos of me going to the club and getting drunk online on the internet. I'll even probably post some here that you can see, so you can get a better idea of what I was like. And I hated myself. Honestly, I hated myself because I wasn't the person who I knew I could become. And eventually I hit a realization like, bro, I gotta stop all this stuff if I wanna really get to the next level and inspire people and make a ton of money and impact people all around the world. I need to change myself. So I quit all the bad habits. I mean, all of them. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't go to the clubs. I don't do any of those things anymore. I'm a completely changed person. I'm a new person. I've killed off the old me. And there are two things that helped me with that, right? So I want to talk to you about those things today. So this is a very important thing right here. And if you learn this, you know how to do this effectively, this will change your life. Because every bad habit that you have right now, I don't care if you've been a smoker for 10 years. I don't care if you're a severe alcoholic. I don't care if you, watch porn and jerk off 6 times a day. I don't care. If you learn and apply what I teach you right now, you will be able to break those habits instantly. What you need to understand is that the human brain does everything to avoid pain and gain pleasure. I'll give you this as a smoker, from a smoker's perspective, okay? I don't smoke cigarettes, but I used to smoke weed. So the pain that I was experiencing at the time was that I just lost my parents. And I was in a very depressed state, and I was overthinking a lot. I had dark thoughts. I was even thinking of ending it all, right? Like ending my life, stuff like that. The pain, that was the pain that I had. And I knew that if I smoked weed and I got myself into a better mood by smoking the weed, I will gain pleasure from that. I'll have a great time. I'll start laughing with my friends. I'll do all these crazy things, right? It will make me stop thinking about the pain. That's why I smoked the weed. But the moment I stopped smoking the weed and doing, honestly, all the other things that I was doing, was when I linked the pain to not being the person who I knew I could become. Not being that person who could change the world and impact the world and inspire people all around the world. That was the pain, okay? And I created so much pain inside of myself. And I was thinking like, man, if my parents saw me the way that I am right now, they would not even recognize me. They would be so disappointed in me because I'm smoking weed, I'm doing drugs, I'm partying, I'm drinking, getting drunk, They would hate the person that I had become. I learned to link that as pain. And then I linked not smoking weed and doing all the other things to the pleasure of saying, hey, if I stopped all these habits, that would get me closer to inspiring the world, to really being that person that people looked up to. My parents would be looking down at me, being proud of their son because, well, our son is a soldier, our son is a warrior. I linked that pleasure. Now for you, it might be, well, let's say you're an alcoholic. I don't know, you wake up every day and you feel like you need to drink alcohol because you can't function without alcohol. That's your pain. So you gain pleasure by drinking the alcohol so you can function. Right now, if you have a daughter, okay, if you have a little daughter and you know that she hates when you drink alcohol, you could use that as a pain, like saying, man, if I drink alcohol, my daughter is gonna be so disappointed in me. Every time I look at that little girl, that beautiful face, that angel of a person, my love, my life, every time I drink alcohol, that's gonna hurt her. You need to create leverage within yourself. Create some leverage. Do you ever think, okay, this might be a stupid example, but if you're going out for a run and you see a car driving next to you, and then you say to yourself, if I don't reach that tree before that car does, I'm gay. This is a dumb example, but that's exactly how leverage works. It's like, if my daughter sees me being drunk, she's gonna be so disappointed in me. She's gonna cry. She's gonna grow up having a dad who is an alcoholic. If you need to generate some artificial leverage, then do that. Whatever helps you to get massive pain out of you doing the bad habit, right? Now link you not doing the habit to insane amounts of pleasure. Well, if I don't drink alcohol, then I'm gonna have a great time with my daughter. I'm gonna be able to do this and do that with my daughter. I'm going to be able to wake up every day and see that beautiful face and know that I'm the father that she deserves. I'm the best father for her. Learn to link pleasure to not doing the bad habit, and I guarantee you, you will quit any bad habit. Now, don't be one of those people who are like, hey, Jordan, but I've been smoking for 10 years. I can't quit. Yes, you can. You need to decide. Everything starts with a decision. A decision means to cut off all possibilities of that thing not happening. So decide right now that you want to change your life. You want to quit any bad habits and just burn off all the boats. You need to consciously look. Just because you learned how to link pain to doing the bad habit and linking pleasure to not doing the bad habit doesn't mean that it's going to be automatic and now your life is completely changed. No, you're going to be tempted all the time. The Bible talks about temptation, right? The Bible talks about how temptations will always come, but if we resist the devil, then the devil will flee. Same thing with bad habits here. There are times right now where I still see people partying or I still hear people talking about weed, and I would get a thought like, you know what, maybe one smoke wouldn't hurt. But then I have to constantly remind myself and be aware of what I'm thinking. Remind myself that, hey, if I smoke weed, then it's gonna cause massive amounts of pain in my life. And if I don't smoke weed, then it's gonna cause massive amounts of pleasure because I'm gonna feel like I'm in control. I'm gonna feel like I'm the man who is gonna be the one who's gonna inspire people all around the world. I'm the man that people look up to. So if I don't smoke weed, that's it, man. You need to constantly catch your thoughts. Remember, your thoughts lead to actions. So if you're having thoughts like, you know, maybe I do want to smoke weed. Maybe I want to smoke weed. I'm going to have a great time with my friends if I smoke this weed. Right? You're not thinking about the pain here. You're just thinking about the pleasure. But you're linking the pleasure to the wrong things. You get what I mean? You need to link the pleasure to the right things. If you're linking pleasure to, hey, man, if I smoke this joint, then I'm going to have a great time with my friends. Then you're linking pleasure to the wrong things. But if you link pleasure to, man, if I smoke this weed, if I don't smoke this weed, I'm going to be the guy who's in control of his life. I'm going to feel proud looking at the man in the mirror because I defeated that weed. Weed has no control over me, right? Link the habit to that. Or if you're struggling with porn, I used to struggle with a lot of porn. It was bad. During COVID, bro, I used to wake up and before getting out of bed, I would beat my shit. Honestly, it was bad. I was sweating under the blankets, beating my meat, bro. It was bad. But now I've learned this here, right here, pain and pleasure. I learned to link not masturbating to being in control of myself. And that to me is very important. That to me shows that I'm the type of man who can achieve all the things that he says he's gonna. And I gain massive pleasure from that. The pain, if I masturbate, is like, right now I have a girlfriend. I've been with her for 3 years. If I watch porn and if I masturbate to porn, the pain for me is like, I feel like I'm disrespecting my girlfriend, right? She doesn't deserve that. She doesn't deserve a man who looks at other women. She deserves a strong man who can control himself, a strong man who can lead the family, a strong man who puts his trust in God and leads the family and does all these incredible things to provide for her, right? I don't see myself being that man if I watch porn and masturbate all the time. I feel like a weak man. I feel like a man who can't control himself, who succumbs to lust. So I can't do that. That is my pain. My pleasure to not watching porn and masturbating is, man, I feel like I'm in control. I feel like I'm the man that my girlfriend deserves. I'm a man that my family deserves because I can control myself. I can defeat any temptations that come to me. And that to me is way more important. So that's it. It's really, really that simple. You don't need hacks. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a hack. Oh, I've seen this before. And I tried this too. So I saw somewhere that said, man, if you're struggling with bad habits, you got to put the thing away. Put the thing away and don't think about it. And back at the time, I was really struggling with sweets and binge eating food. So I would put this stuff away, but then I would always think about it. Like, oh man, I really want this thing. I really want to eat chocolate. I want to eat all these cakes and sweets. Then when I saw them again, it was like an explosion. And I binge ate even more because I restricted myself from this thing. But no, that doesn't work. The only thing that has worked for me in my life is learning to link pain and pleasure to the habit. Because remember, what I said at the very start of this video is that our brains do way more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. We do way more to avoid pain, right? I'll give you an example. I used to struggle with this a lot too, and sometimes I still do. Confrontation. I hate confronting people and having confrontational conversations, right? Because to me, having confrontational conversations is really, really painful. And I avoid that a lot because it's painful. That goes exactly to the point that I said, is that our brains do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. So I've actually used this framework as well, and it's helped me a lot. Like I would link, so whenever I have a confrontational conversation with someone, it's usually because I want something or something has to change, right? I don't like how this person is behaving. I don't like this and that, blah, blah, blah. Something needs to change, whatever. But before I would link the pain to, man, if I confront this person, talk to this person about this thing, then it's going to be painful because he's not going to like me, right? And then I would avoid the hard conversations. But now it's like I avoid the pain. I've learned to link the pain to being, hey, if I don't talk to this person and confront this person, then it's going to lead to even more problems in my life. That thing that I really wanted from this guy, it's not going to happen. It's not going to be given to me because I don't talk to him. And that to me is painful. And the pleasure that I get from having this confrontational conversation with this guy is, hey, if I talk to him, then things are going to change in my life. We're going to come to an agreement and things are going to be fine. Doesn't matter if we have a hard conversation. The pleasure is there. You can learn to use this in any area of your life. It doesn't have to just be habits. I've learned to do it in every single area of my life. Even today with running, I went running this morning, and did I want to go for a run? Hell no. I hate running. Honestly, I hate running. But again, I learned to link pain and pleasure to running. So the pain, if I didn't go on that run, was that I would look into the mirror and I would feel disgusted and hate myself. Jordan, you fat pig. You said you were going to go on a run, but you didn't go on a run. You lied to yourself again. You're not keeping the promises. You're disappointing your followers, the people who believe in you. That was my pain. And my pleasure was that, hey man, if I go on this run, you know what? I'm going to feel so proud of myself because I said I was going to do something and I actually did it. That's what I linked the pleasure to. And I went on that run. It was an 8.5 kilometer run. It was at like a 4:50 pace. And I felt amazing. And It's given me energy. It's given me vitality. I can live longer now because I did cardio. You know, that's a pleasure. So I hope you guys, excuse me, I hope you guys learned something very, very, very valuable from this video. That right there will change your life and will help you to destroy bad habits forever. If you need help, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I have my link down in the description there. And I'm also gonna link some educational material for you in the description that you can use. And yeah, leave a sub if you haven't already. I'm gonna be posting videos all the time, helping you. My mission is to inspire you to go through things and to come out on top, right? Because my own life, I've went through a lot of hardship and I've come out on top. I did not let the hardships destroy me. So that's my purpose. That's my goal, to help everyone ascend. So I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.